Match number 2 of the day is going to commence here. We're here with CDHollow versus Torst. Now, if I recall, these two players have previously played against each other in the past. And I would say a few times, a handful of times, CDHollow is a fantastic player just as much as Torst. But looking at the ranking, now the ranking is hard to look at this point in time. You can see CDHollow Plat 3, Torst Gold 2. But with the ranking reset that occurred recently, I don't think that accurately shows exactly where they're at. It only shows how much they've played. And it seems CDHollow has been playing a little bit more recently compared to Torst. But look at this damage. Exactly as we were talking about, ranking doesn't show much here. Torst is able to get that first loop advantage. But the first loop is just the beginning. How they set up the second loop or the third loop is going to be what's important. Both players going to run over into ramps opposite ends. Not able to spot each other out just yet, but CDHollow going to get spotted out by Torst. And CDHollow wants to get that clone 1 before Torst's clone 2 makes his appearance, but he's not able to do so in time. And he's able to get the clone 1, but still going to get taken down by the clone 2. CDHollow is going to make a push towards the clone 2, and the clone 3 for Torst is going to push towards that clone 2 for CDHollow as well. Both players playing it more or less defensively, but now they're going to make the push. They're going to spot each other out. CDHollow is going to get taken down, and that's going to be Torst getting the loop 1 or loop 3 point, giving him that first point advantage. Now both players, I would say, played it exactly the same up until this point where they made the push, where Torst was able to get the advantage by taking down CDHollow's clone 3. However, both players playing the same actually puts it in Torst's favor because Torst won that second loop. Torst looking so far so good. And it's difficult to say how CDHollow could win this. I mean, it's really been coming down to a battle of aim as they make their push, and that's how both players have been playing it. I think if CDHollow wants to try to turn this around, he's got to play a little bit more of a control strategy. Try to zone out that aim, try to force him, and then reduce the amount of area where he'll have to aim in. And then Torst will have a huge wide area of where he'll aim in, but it's difficult to say. I mean, it's easy to say that on paper, but on practice and play, it's a different story. That's loop number 2 going in favor again to Torst. Final loop. Torst going up into the ramps. Gonna spot out CDHollow's clone 3. And CDHollow's clone 3 already getting taken down low. And he has got the health pack to get back into the action. But now with no health pack, he's got a quarter health, less than a quarter health. And he's going to try to make his push, but he's got a huge disadvantage. But 3 clones on top of the point, 2 clones, and now 1. There it goes. And that's going to be Torst getting that second point. My goodness, Torst played that phenomenally well. He waited, bided his time. CDHollow wasn't able to... He got taken down so quickly, so fast. And I think it was a little bit of pre-fire from that clone 2 that did massive damage. And then the clone 3 also able to capitalize that on much more. Now with 2 points under Torst's belt in this first game, CDHollow must be a little bit nervous. But the game could still be a reverse sweep. We've seen time and time again in these games that certain players just do phenomenally well, and then all of a sudden, some trigger pulls in inside their skill or aim or strategy, and then all of a sudden they just pop off and go 3-0. I would love to see a reverse sweep come in here. It's going to be easier said than done. Now, Torst has good pressure onto CDHollow, biding his time. Not even going to pick up the health pack. He doesn't need it. He's got full HP. And the damage that's being done here by Torst deletes CDHollow. Where does this clone? Here goes. Final loop. Torst could be able to win it out here. Gonna spot out CDHollow again. He goes for that health pack. The Clone 2 gets taken out for Torst, and now there's no more health pack for CDHollow. Torst has the full advantage, but brought down to 33 HP. The last bit of damage, that's going to be Torst able to... No, not able to win it here. CDHollow's Clone 2 still on top of the point. My goodness. The game's not over, but where are the health packs located? CDHollow has the only health pack on his side of the map, but only Torst's Clone 1, I believe. Oh no, Torst's Clone 3 is still going to be on top of the point. CDHollow might have a good advantage here. He managed to secure that first loop advantage. I don't think that'll stay in stone for the meantime. So CDHollow's Clone 2 is the only one on top of the point. He knows where the health pack is. He could be able to rush there. There's the rush. And good B-hops. I think CDHollow might be able to turn this around. This could be the reverse sweep we're looking for. Now he's going to make his push. He's got to win out this battle. Oh, the damage that gets done. That's 1. That's 2. And that's CDHollow looking good. Loop number 2. And now loop number 3. How is he going to secure this win? He's got a full HP clone versus Schalke. Or Schalke. We're thinking about the next game here. Torst. Little to no HP. He's got to make that rush towards the health pack. But CDHollow knows exactly where he's going to go. Here comes the rush. Who will make it? CDHollow's Clone 2 is going to make it. And there goes Torst Clone 3. Now all CD doesn't really have to do too much. I mean, all he's going to do is let time play out, and that's going to be his point, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Could this be the reverse sweep we're looking for? I don't know yet, but right now, CDHollow, his first point. CDHollow had really good pressure here. I mean, zoning out with a grenade launcher. He knew the win condition was to rush towards the health pack, and even if Torst picked up the health pack, he still had a good pressure on where that'll be. I'm pretty sure he got a lot of good pre-fires. But CDHollow is known to be one of the few members in the Quantum League community that effectively uses the grenade launcher to its full potential. He's got good aim and good shots with it. Between him and Artie, it's tough to say who's going to be able to take those type of games. But right now, CDHollow, all he's got to do is worry about getting into Premier League if he wants to take down his homeboy Artie. Loop number 2. Right now, CDHollow, oh my gosh, the damage coming in. Torst has godlike aim. He spots out CDHollow for just a second and takes him down. 2 seconds left on the clock. They're going to make their push. CDHollow still has a chance to be able to make it. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot misses. And that's Torst turning it right back around. But only CDHollow's Clone 1 is still left on top of the point. But damn, that was a pretty good play by CD. Final loop. Torst looking good. He might win it right here, right now for game number 1. There goes CDHollow's Clone 3. He manages to pick up the health pack to get back into the action, but takes a little bit of damage. And now the push. Who's going to live? It's CDHollow getting taken down. And that's going to be, oh no, another overtime coming in. And CDHollow's Clone 2 is not looking good, but the Clone 3 for Torst. Little to no HP. We're in the exact same scenario we were last round. That's the pre-fire. CDHollow knows exactly what it needs to do. Torst, I don't even think he got good vision on that pre-fire. It's going to be dangerous. Oh, does he have enough time to make it? The explosion coming in. Not on top of the point either. That's going to be a huge disadvantage. He needed at least that Clone 1 to come alive. The Clone 2, it does have full HP back in, but, I mean, that's 1 less clone. Most likely the Clone 3 won't be able to survive. Here's CDHollow rushing towards that HP. Able to survive the pre-fire explosion and pick up the health pack. So it's looking good so far. Got a good setup. Got a good idea. Where is he going to come out of? He still gets taken down here, but could easily turn around. Now we're excited. Where is this going to go? Health pack taken down by CDHollow's Clone 2 and the Clone 3 for Torst. About the same distance. Here comes the race. CDHollow in the lead. He's able to get the health pack and the damage that came in. The Clone 2, of all things from Torst, takes down his Clone 3. Now all CDHollow has to do is clear off that Clone 1, the Clone 2, and be careful for his own explosions. There's the 1, there's the 2, and there it is. CDHollow, reverse sweep incoming, question mark? I believe. I believe this game's not over. CDHollow showing everything what he's got. He's able to take down 2-0 right now. The momentum's in his favor. He could be able to win it out. Now, how are these two players going to play it out here? CDHollow looking really good in his matches. In his match so far, he had a rocky start, but he's starting to catch back up into this momentum, and it's shifting back into his favor. Both players going to play a very solid, very defensive strategy. No fancy health pack steals, no grenade launcher this time from CDHollow. And Torst has been playing the same tried and true strategy that he's been known to deal with. Health pack to health pack, barricade to barricade. Loop number 2 advantage. Who is it going to go in favor of? CDHollow might be able to get that last shot in, and he's able to. But both Clone 1 and Clone 2, little to no health. This still could go either way. It's slightly more in favor of CDHollow, but how is this going to go out? Battle for point number 5 could end right here, right now. CDHollow going to rush towards Torst. Able to pick up the health pack, but the damage is going to come down. They're both rushing towards that last health pack. Who's going to get it? It's going to be CDHollow. He's got the advantage. He's got the damage. Will be able to take him down, but unfortunately, oh no! CD! That last little bit of damage that came in onto the previous clone takes him off point and gives Torst the win. CDHollow spending just a little bit too much time on that clone 3 and not enough time securing the point. But so close, my goodness. How unfortunate. CDHollow did phenomenally well in that round. I thought he was going to be able to turn it around. Unfortunately, the the sweep not going to show off. But oh so close. Now, Torst won that fight because he did a little bit of damage on making his way towards the clone or the battle of the health pack with that clone 3 over onto CDHollow's clone 2, and that gave him just enough health or damage in to win that fight on top of the point. But that was phenomenally close. Now we'll be right back as we get into the next game in just a few moments. Best of 3 against CDHollow and Torst. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to the next match. Now, guys, I am joined here now with Mr. Freeze and Warlord Peanut, who will be taking over for a few more matches for today. And I'll be stepping into the side to allow them to do their thing. But Mr. Freeze, and I was about to say Mr. Peanut, Warlord Peanut, how are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
We're doing great. Doing great. Excited to see some fantastic Quantum League today.
I am just as excited as you guys, and I'll let you guys take it away here. Now, so far, 2-0 for that or 1-0 in favor of Torst.
1-0 in favor of Torst. Got it. Thank you for that. All right. We'll be jumping in here in just a little bit. Have we seen? I know CD is one of our players from our Premier League last year. Is that correct?
I actually don't quite remember if he was Premier League or Challenger League. I want to say Premier. He's definitely been around. Both these players have.
All right. Well, it'll be good to see some more matchups from these guys. Yeah, going into Quantum Arena here.
So as for last game, what I was noticing at least,
Yeah.
CDHollow, we saw him almost come back for that reverse sweep, which would have been, really hype for him. Not so much for Torst, of course, but it got really close. Came down to one single round at the very end there.
Yeah.
And what I was noticing was CDHollow was doing really well at attacking Torst too. So he was able to, because he didn't have the momentum in the beginning, taking out that 2 allowed him to swing the momentum in his favor and at least push an OT. He never actually won any of those rounds, but he was able to push an OT, which almost allowed him to the win. So if I was Torst, I think maybe protect that 2 a little bit more, try his best to board off that 3. CDHollow got a couple of good rushes in there, especially with Tor.
Yeah.
Giving him that ability to do that, really. So.
All right. So we'll definitely see some more protection on Torst. Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
But it was very close.
Yeah, and seeing those close games is always a good sign for good games in these early rounds. Have you with this matchup here? This is Levka's probably one of our more underpicked characters. What would you say about that matchup with Levka v Tor?
I think it's interesting to choose Levka. I feel like you get more utility out of a lot of others. Most other characters, I would think, actually, unless CDHollow has been going for some invisibility strats, then which I didn't see him do last game at all. But then maybe Levka will kick in. Perhaps maybe he's trying to ward that off, trying to keep CDHollow from trying to do those invisibility strats by the Levka pick.
That could be a good strategy. Those are very hard to deal with, and I think giving yourself any chance to avoid that is probably a good call. Now, for this last clone, I'm sure we'll see trying to push as much as he can, trying to get as much viz as he can. He goes up on top of the thing here, but gets immediately knocked down. He's going to be able to resync, probably just waiting it out for himself. Yeah, there is the resync, and he's going up now, trying to get as much he can on Torst 3, and that is 1, 2, 3 from all of his clones. What a beautiful, easy point for CDHollow.
CDHollow may have died on that railing really quickly. He got lasered by Torst, but he lasers Torst right back here after getting that health pack. And because he had his momentum in loop 1 and loop 2, it was just a pretty easy round taken by CD here. Well played.
He did a lot of cleanup on that 1 and 2, and it just made it very easy for him to focus on that final 3. And we do see him pulling out these default strats. There's nothing wrong with the default strats, especially when you see them comboed against the health pack steal we see Torst doing. What do you see between those two? Like, do you see one kind of winning out over the other just on default, or?
Default is default because it's tried and true. It really does work pretty well as long as you have good aim. So, it really just kind of comes down to it. Whether with the health pack strat, like if you can, it's always a toss up, right? If you can really pressure their health packs and get them to get them down low HP, and if you take their health packs right before they take it, that's the advantage. The key of the health pack rush is being able to force them to either pick it up early or damaging them enough, leaving them without the health pack. It's
Right.
kind of a gamble, though, to be honest.
Well, I'm sure we'll see CD taking this left health pack as soon as he possibly can, trying to get that away from Torst. One right there he is, he gets knocked down. He does do a bit of damage to Torst, but Torst is able to resync as well, and they're both full health rushing towards point, and Torst gets knocked down. Is CD going to be able to get the 2? He is not, and we are going to our first overtime for this game.
And that is Torst 2 on point, I believe.
Yes. So Torst 2 with about, it seemed like most health there on point, so he should be able to get away. He is, looks like he is out of health packs on his side. Actually, everybody is out of health packs, so that should be an exciting overtime here.
That's going to mean
rushes.
CDHollow's not in the greatest position with this 3 on point here, especially with Torst 2. That's a risk of pre-fire.
Yes, that pre-fire, those pre-fire shots could be good. You know, we'll see how quickly he's able to get off point here.
A lot of health, too.
There comes some of that pre-fire, immediately whipping around trying to get it, but does take a little, maybe a little bit of damage there, not too much. Getting bobbed down by grenades at the moment from CD up on that ramp there.
Now, I'd imagine CD has a plan here, but I did notice his grenade, he was shooting a lot of grenade launchers pretty close to point there.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he doesn't end up taking himself out. But so long as he runs towards his half, I think he should be okay.
Yeah, and there is his 3 waiting on point. He's going to have to avoid this pre-fire from Torst. He does get hit quite a bit from it, actually, and he's down to very low health. Torst 3 now taking full advantage of this low health, pushing as hard as he can, trying to get down to that 2. And he takes down the 3 early, knocks him out. As long as he can take down this 2, he will have the point. He's just barely doesn't get it, and actually we are going to a second overtime here.
Wow. That's a surprising outcome. I thought Torst had that right after kill the 3.
I did as well, but I think CD's the Tor's shield there actually gave him just enough beef there to stay alive on that point, and Tor's not able to hit those shots was his downfall.
That does come back a little bit to the character choices we were talking about earlier. Tor just has he's more meta than Levka. He has more utility than her. I haven't seen Torst really be able to take advantage of Ledka's ability at all. And I wonder if just maybe a different character pick might give him a little bit of a boost here.
It might, and you know, since we are playing, I'm not sure if we're playing with no same picks, but I'm not sure if we're playing with bans. So I know they could have gone mirror match, and mirror match Tor v Tor is definitely something that we see quite a bit, at least in ranked. It goes pretty well for people, I'd say. Yes, we are getting confirmed no picks and bans, so we could potentially see some mirror matches later in this game.
Especially without any picks or bans. I'm surprised Violet or Bajarn weren't picked.
It's a fair point here, but on this 3 now, CD is trying to stay back. He's trying to stay safe as well as Torst. They're both playing it incredibly safe here, just trying to wait until those final seconds to push up. And this final gunfight will be what decides it. Looks like CD, we are going to another overtime, as their 1s and 2s, they're just unable to clean each other up going into this, I think, 3rd overtime now.
Both 3s were highly focused on each other, and neither one got a really fast kill. And that 3rd loop, you want to get a quick kill on that 3 to allow you time to clean up. And really, both players, CDHollow more than Torst, really needed some time to clean up the extra clones on point there. So with such a long gunfight, it just leads to another OT, and we have CDHollow with momentum for the first loop, though.
He does. I think he did get a slight, I'm not sure where he was killed, but Torst looks like he was killed by an explosion in mid there. And I think what is happening here is, as we're getting into these later overtimes as well, players are losing the ability to, or they're playing as safe as possible. And playing safe means you're not getting these kills early in the round, and that leaves these overtime, as you said, the round 3, those gunfights are way too long to deal with every single clone. But Torst here coming in with that advantage with very low health clone on point, but everybody's ghost is there, so this 3 should clean it up. I say that knowing we are in our 3rd or 4th overtime at this point.
That 3 so low, it's only take 1 shot.
He's very low, but he is able to just get away. CD is now going to play this safe behind this middle barrier, just trying to peek out. Does not know. I don't think he sees Torst 3, and that is going to be, and he does notice him now, but gets knocked down. Torst now just has to clean up the 1, and he does, and there we go. After 3 overtimes, Torst is able to score his first point in this game too.
We did see that a little bit earlier too. Torst on his 3, just getting that angle on CD. CD didn't notice him. He's lucky that Torst missed his first couple of shots, and then that's when CD noticed him right there in that moment. But he wasn't able to win that gunfight. The health difference was just too much, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
Torst has been getting some good angles on him.
He is. He knows when you are at that low health, he knows he's going to play it safe, and pushing that hard is probably the only point when that can be advantageous to a player. You don't see a lot of advantageous pushes, but that was definitely one for him. Now, once again, a double default strat here. Just playing with aim on point. Don't know. Well, it looks like they're both playing pretty solidly. We see Torst kind of play up the ramp a little bit, maybe just trying to get a better angle. It looks like he was able to get some health down on CD, but CD just about nailing him down. Torst is on that point with a equally low health CD there. I mean, CD's 1. Excuse me.
We've seen both players push these ramp plays, get the little cheeky angle on it, but I feel like Torst has worked out a little bit more than CDHollow has.
I think you're right there. Yep, and there's Torst once again up on that angle. CD is going to get knocked down and resync around 4 here, and now they're all rushing to point. Once again, just an aim duel. CD taking out his own clone, maybe his detriment, as he... well, Torst was able to avoid the shots there and actually just take his own 3 on point.
1 health pack still up. CDHollow is going to race towards it, but that's a late race there. I think that's going to get stolen from him, from his 1. I think it's going to come down to that 1 health pack, and that is on Torst's side, so he does have the advantage here.
He does. And Torst with a low health on point. CD with his 1 and his 3 on point, but that... We'll see how... His 2 is really going to have to come in clutch here and give him something to work with. And there goes his 2. He pulls out the grenade launcher. It looks like he actually hits himself down a little bit there before he takes the health back. Just trying to mess with Torst 3 as much as possible in this next loop.
Yeah, I don't think CDHollow really even cares that he took his clone down at all, because he knows that that clone's not going to get the health pack because he took too long in the race.
Yep.
And he's been damaged so much already, like after the health pack, that 1's probably not going to survive to point. So he really just needs to stop Torst 3 to win this.
Yeah, it's a good adaptation on his part, knowing that he can't get that. So he throws the grenades there. But Torst actually... Oh, he does get knocked down, but he is able to resync. CD just times that 1 off. And now CD's 3 is low. He's already off. Torst should be able to get this point as long as he can take down the 2. And there you go. Clean point for Torst.
Man, that's really unfortunate. If you look at the replay, CDHollow had him beat, but he was so concentrated on killing that 3, he turns around and B-hops in the wrong direction, and that's what allows Torst to get in front of him and take that health back.
Oh, if he had only taken that health back, he actually would have... He probably could have taken the health down on Torst.
Shooting your opponent while B-hopping is very hard.
Yes.
And it's so easy to slow down or just like get off track if you're not looking the way you're B-hopping. And that's exactly what happened with CDHollow. It's not a terrible strategy to try and get the kill while you're racing to something, because you're just making use of that time. But it's a risk if you can't hit those B-hops correctly, especially if you can't hit those B-hops correctly and it loses you that round, just as we saw right there. It's not worth it. You want to focus on the health pack first and then shoot your opponent after.
I think you're right there, and those sideways B-hops can definitely get you twisted up with your fingers, trying to get those D keys in and really trying to get that angle. I agree with you there. And once again, the battle of the D-hops, or the default. CD playing with a ramp for a second there, but thinking better of it and actually going for the health pack, but gets knocked down after his health pack and then gets completely taken down. And Torst with an easy cleanup on 2.
Torst has a lot of momentum. Look at all the health in those clones.
Lots of health. CD's gonna have a lot of work to do, and that 1 is almost gonna be impossible to deal with. It's gonna have to be either the 2 or the 3 that CD goes for here. He runs up the right side. He is looking like he's pushing as far as possible. He knows he's got health packs to work with, so he takes it from the 2, almost gets the 2 down, just needs a little reload there. And now he's going to start rushing to point. He sees the 3 off the opposite side, gets him down, gets the 2. The 2 gets the 1, and that's a beautiful cleanup on CD, really turning that one around.
Despite all the momentum, look what CD does. He does the correct play here. He rushes that health pack, takes it from the 2, takes out the 2. He knows that Torst 2 pulls a lot of weight during that second loop. And because he takes out the 2, he has a lot of health left on his clones, too much for Torst 3 to focus on. Not only that, CDHollow gets the kill on Torst 3 really well. That was a really good reversal by CDHollow.
He did quite a bit of damage with his desync 2 actually, that I think that killed that one, and that was a beautiful play from him, knowing he could get that early. We're seeing the strats really come out now, and seeing that last round default where that can really where they could really bang against each other, with CD winning this first point here.
And it's really interesting too. This game also is coming down to the last round, but we saw last game sort of the same sort of thing happened. Whenever Torst 2 pulls too much weight, CDHollow knows exactly what to do on his 3. He almost always, at least most cases, he'll rush that health pack, steal it from the 2, take out the 2, and that has provided a good momentum shift almost every time. So it's just been really good counterplay by CD. Torst, I don't know, he just needs to do something, maybe counter the counter.
Yeah, if you get locked into a certain strategy for too long and someone starts reading it, it does make it difficult to keep playing that strat here. But now we see CD's 3, and they're both going up the same side ramp, knock each other down about equally. Gonna resync around 7. Oh no, Torst gets knocked down. CD is able to resync early. They both are about full health, rushing to last point. CD's got all his guys on, but Torst gets the kill on him and is able to make it a point, forcing it to our game round 5, overtime number 1.
And CDHollow there, he pressured Torst 3 really well. We saw Torst sitting outside the health pack waiting to pick it up because CDHollow was pre-firing him. And even after he took it up, he got a little bit of damage down on Torst there. But really the good thing, it wasn't necessarily as much as the kill, it's just the time wasting that he did on Torst. Because as we saw, it forced an OT because Torst couldn't clean up. And CDHollow's 3 dying, that puts him in an even better position.
He does. He's set up quite well there for, as you can see here now, with the 2 clones, like you said, very, mediocre health, but enough to do some damage early in this round. And with Torst 3 on point, if he gets caught in that crossfire with, I think, yes, no health packs, he's going to have a very hard time playing this out. CD playing safe and grouped up. Very dangerous.
Torst 2 is taking an interesting position. He overextended a little bit on the ramps up there. But I feel like CD's 3 is going to be more focused on Torst 3 here, just trying to get those last takes off. So I don't know if that will really be punished too much.
We'll see how that comes in. Now here comes the pre-fire from the 1 and 2 that destroy Torst 3.
Wow.
CD is going to have the easiest work here, just trying to clean up the 1. He aimed that pre-fire extremely well. There is the 1. Now all he has to do, he doesn't even have to get on point, as his 1, and at least his 1 is on point. A very clean pre-fire from CD to finish the game.
I stand corrected. CDHollow went straight for the ramp railing. Like he almost knew like his pre-fire was going to land, and they did. And he just had all the time in the world to clean up that too.
He did.
All right, that was a great second game there. That is now 1-1 match score. So we will be going to the next game here shortly.
Yes, and before we get off here, I'm getting word that there may be a bug, I guess, that caused a win in game 1 that we're still under review. So when we come back, we will have an update with that from game 1.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience while we review that potential bug. Just going through some of the replays here, going through each loop that played out. We have decided that Torst will be winning that round, so we will be going into game 3 here in just a few short moments. Unfortunately, we aren't able to play the replay at this point in time just due to the amount of time that we've had to wait for here. But essentially, how it played out was there's the hit reg most likely could have been a factor in this case here, but as Torst was able to complete the round, the way it ended was Torst was able to get the last bit of shots, and then at the very end, his melee damage was able to get off at the last second, and that is what gave him that point at the very end. So we're going to hand it right back off to Mr. Freeze and Peanut as we're about to get into our Game 3 matchup, where you guys, channel points are already running, so we'll be there in just a few moments. Mr. Freeze and Peanut, go ahead.
Hello. Welcome back, everybody.
A little bit of an unprecedented bug, but we are back in the action with 1-1 going into this game 3 for the decider between CD and Torst.
Yeah, basically, as Star Wars pretty much just explained, the bug was weird. There's some weird things happening, but since it wasn't definitive that it really caused one player to win or not, we decided just to leave it. So
yeah,
business as usual, best of 3, and this is the final match.
Yes, it is. We are just getting into the lobby now. I would love to see some different character picks from these guys. I think we saw Torst not really use a lot of the Levka strats that you would hope. So maybe we see a different pick. I'm not sure. Did he play Levka in that first game?
I want to say yes. I
it
think
was a long time ago. So. But yeah, so if we might see him play Levka again. I would like to see him play somebody else, maybe get a little bit more strats in there. But all right. We get some positive vibes in the chat from these guys as we start off this game. CD with the Tor pick, and Torst back with Levka. All right, we'll see if he can make something work with it.
Are you ready, folks?
All right. Lots of barrier shooting at the start here, just trying to clear off as much cover as possible. This guy's playing pretty defaulty, both pushing a bit early, but as they push at the same time, it really works out, and CD is able to knock down Torst at the start of this first round.
It's interesting. I've seen when players push early, they try to go right or left and then like B-hop across the point to just kind of get a strafe going. That makes them harder to hit for someone who peaks later. But of course, it does expose you a little bit more. So.
And as you said, that B-hopping does really, it doesn't hurt your accuracy in-game. There isn't a value in there that's hurting your accuracy, but it is harder to track when you are also moving. Those opposite vectors can be really difficult to land headshots on. And these guys making it harder to be hit, but also harder to hit the other. Now on this 3 here, we're going to see CD playing on the ramp a bit, and Torst playing on the opposite ramp, actually. Torst comes down, knocks down CD. CD's going to wait to resync until Torst isn't looking, but he's going to have to take it at some point. He does take it, and now they're both rushing a point, both around half health. I bet you this is an overtime as Torst just barely makes it onto point, and we're going to overtime with both 3s alive on point, I think.
They are both alive, but Torst is 3 HP, I believe, so as close to desync as you can get.
We're going to have an interesting time seeing if these pre-fires work out, as we have no health packs left. They're both, like you said, Torst is 3, and I think CD is not much higher than that. So they should have an interesting time on point for this last 3.
Second loop, I noticed so CD's playing the default ramp strat here. It's a little bit safer than the barriers, and it's kind of become more of, we've seen that more and more in gameplay, and it looks like it's going to work out for him here. The ramps just give you so much more cover.
They do, and knowing that his 3 could be dead very early, I think that playing it safe is a very good strat from him, keeping that clone away from the damage as much as possible. Now here comes the 3. We'll see if these fires come in, and there it is. CD able to clean up the 3 very quickly. Now just protecting his 3 as long as possible, trying to get the 2 and the 1 down. He hasn't spotted him out yet, as Torst did play very well in keeping them protected, but CD knocks down the 2 as they come out. He didn't time it exactly right, Torst, and CD is able to clean them both up 1 at a time.
Keeping those 1 to 2 in ramp cover was the right play there, just going for that momentum shift. If his 3 did get taken out, he wants to keep them in his cover as long as possible, hopefully keep Torst from having enough time to get the kills there. But with Torst being so low, 1 pistol shot just immediately around that decided it, and we had the first round goes to blue.
This does. I think these players, having played each other now through these 2 games, have really kind of gotten hang of each other's strategies. You know, Torst playing this health pack strategy, and it really only played it 1 time in that last game, and it does work out on this first loop for him. But it you know, with an experienced player like CD, should know how to combat that strat.
Yeah, it's good to see him changing up a little bit though, compared to what he's typically been doing. Because you know, I think it was mentioned earlier, running the same strat over and over, it becomes very predictable.
It does. And CD looking like he's actually opting to play, not really play around it. He did go for the ramp there, which could cause him to have a hard time dealing with that health pack strategy on his 3. But he does get the, no, he doesn't get the 1 down all the way, but he does get the 2 down pretty low. Now for this final 3 here, now he is going to try and play around these health packs. He takes the 2nd health pack for the health pack strat early, or there he goes, kills the 1, looking like he's going to try and knock down the 3, but the 3 can resync. Torst 3, it does resync and gets the point, but does get knocked down, and there is 1, 2, 3 for CD on point.
That was honestly a really close round in general. We saw at the end of loop 2, there's so little HP. I think there's only 1 clone left up. So little HP on that 1 clone left alive. Loop 2 was really close. We see here loop 3 was extremely close too.
Yes.
With the 3, like, wow.
Coming down to these like really slight aim battles, it really shows the. I mean, it gets pretty exciting through these middle of the rounds here.
Honestly, too, Torst, because he's playing, or not Torst, sorry, Tor, because CDHollow is playing Tor, his shield, I think, is really what saved him the very end there. With such little HP left there, I think that's what decided the round.
I think you're right. I think, yeah, when we have those close battles, it's pretty hard to not give it to Tor and his shield. I mean, those shots ahead. If you're sprinting, a headshot does quite a significant less amount of damage, and I think it's almost 4 or 5, almost 5 shots with a pistol if he's full sprinting. So. And these 2's just playing it safe here. Torst doesn't end up resyncing, which could cause him a problem if CD rushes, but that would be a very risky play from him.
There are a lot of health packs up here. We'll see. I'm sure 2 of them will get taken in loop 3, but there will be at least 1 left.
And there is the rush that I was thinking about from CD, but he decides to quickly change sides. He rushed back now for his own health pack as he sees himself getting taken down. Torst does the same, and they rush to point around the same time again. It's coming down to the final battle, but CD cleans it up once again for a clean 3-0 to take this match.
Wow. That was, in the previous games, it came down to the last final round, and this one, it was just a sweep. I'm not really sure what Torst did, not necessarily wrong here, or differently. I think maybe CD just stepped up and got kills and stuff a little bit more over Torst, out-aimed him a little bit. I didn't see much different in gameplay.
I think you're right. I think that sometimes those strategies, once you repeat them, CD just had that aim near the end. But now that game is done, we will be taking a small break before we go into our next game. And as you can see on screen, it is Schalke versus Komodo 99 for I think it is our second semifinal game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll be back in a bit.